All right, you asked for it, so here it is. Okay, well, you didn't ask for it, but you can see what it is. Stick around, let's talk about it. Okay, so, hey, look, I get it. It's not a soldering iron, it ain't a circuit board, it ain't Timu junk, but I told you guys, I love everything. You know that. You know I love a little bit of everything, and I seriously like knives and bows and arrows, BB guns, air guns. Yeah, I like everything. So let's take a dive into this right here, because I started watching a few knife videos, which got me back interested into digging into my knife collection, and of course looking at knives when I'm there at places that has knives, which is almost everywhere. So I saw this, and it was like, I think I can sneak that by my wife. She'll never know it. And so far, she doesn't. This is what we got. I really, really don't like the sheath. It's pretty hard. It says it's a puncture resistant sheath, but this feels like a pretty resilient, much more so than the rest of the nylon here. I think it'll do the job, and it's flexible, and of course this is made by Klein, a very, very well-known manufacturer. But this is called the DK06. I don't know what the 06 stands for, but the DK is duct knife. And so this is designed for an AC guy doing duct work. And so to work with that stuff, you're going to be cutting it a lot. And so you've got this serrated edge right here, which I hate serrated edges, but I really don't hate on this so much. They had another one there at Lowe's that I didn't get, and I got this in place of it because it had serrations. And yeah, I knew this had serrations, but look at that. I love that dagger blade. I really do. This reminds me of the old Roman swords. So the sheath is what it is. It's great for utility. Kind of flop around there, catch on stuff and move and everything, and not rip off, break the usually a hard type clip or whatever. Try to get this back down in there and to work that with gloves on. This is a perfect setup, but I don't intend to do that. So I'm going to replace this, and I'm going to show you at the end of this video what we're going to do to replace this. Looking at the knife, okay, you've got a pretty hefty pommel on it, and it's very handle heavy, and it is a fine break point to find the balance on the knife. See, it's almost impossible to find the balance, at least trying to balance it on my finger. Doesn't balance very well. You'd really need to choke really, really high on it, I would assume, and you probably wouldn't want to throw it blade, but choking up on it pretty high. I've never really thrown knives by the handle. I've seen people throw this knife and do it pretty well. I think it just takes practice. I don't think you want to grab it back here to throw this knife, because you'll just tend to put way too much spin on it, I would think, and it would tend to take this hilt and really drive it forward instead of the blade. And so I mean, I would think you'd probably want to choke up on it to reduce some of the spin. I don't know, I'm not really a good knife thrower, but I'd like to be. So some of the things that I've noticed, and I don't know what the tang through here is going to be. I don't know if it's a pencil tang through here, and kind of like some of the buck style knives, or if it's a full tang coming down through here tying into this somehow. This looks like it could be brushed stainless or brushed aluminum. I don't know. I would assume that it would be stainless steel as well. It says the blade stainless steel. It doesn't say anything else about it. I assume it's probably 440 stainless steel as a utility knife. And I would assume that there would be a wide tang coming down through here, probably almost the width of this. You know what? I've got a caliper. Oh, I'm a goober. So it is 1 inch and 1.36 1.54, and then the hilt 1.2, and thickness of that is 0.78. So the blade at its widest point is 1.10, I'm going to say, and thickness of 0.12. That's nice. It holds really well. You've got enough that you can, because I like to hold a knife like this, and so you've got this hilt here that gives you a good distance from your hand to whack on stuff or whatever. Possibly it's also intended for you to take and hit it with a hammer but with a dagger point, I don't know why you would, I don't know. So it's on there. I don't have the packaging. I think I didn't throw it away, but it really doesn't say much of anything about the knife other than it's a duct knife. It's serrated, and this is what it is. The handle feels really well. I've got I wear like extra large, the biggest size gloves that you can get to put on, not because I have big hands. I got fat pudgy hands or short pudgy hands. I guess that's the way to put it. My fingers aren't very long, and it's kind of pudgy, so it's large grips on guns are uncomfortable for me, but this is really, really comfortable. I like it, and you know, I think it gives the knife very good pointability. This grip is a rubberized kind of grip. Now this is plastic, and this is like a rubbery infill coating that's on there. The same thing that you'll find on a lot of stuff out there. It'd be interesting to find out how this handle comes out, because that's that feel, that rubbery feel that usually gets sticky over time. And so it'd be nice to see how that holds up, how it does over a certain period of time. The blade, all it says is Klein Tools DK06 and K06 on the other side. Now if you look, and I think this would be referred to as the spine, it's a really wide spine. This in fact just so much reminds me of the old Roman swords, short swords, or like a Roman style pointed dagger. I don't know how well it comes out. I mean, hopefully you can see it. Maybe I can just let it flash a few times and you can catch it. And what I'm looking at is the point here. Okay, this side they pretty much hit the tip. It may be a hair to the straight blade side, but on this side it is so well obviously over to the straight blade side. Pretty uniform. This looks pretty well straight, kind of matches the blade. This one appears to me to be kind of a teardropped down here, a little wider down here, maybe in narrow kind of in the waist here. And this is on the straight down side. Now this side right here may be, it's definitely a little off, because you can see that this bevel is not near as pronounced as the bevel on this side over here, side of the blade. So the finish is not beautiful. It's not, the lines aren't perfect for the price. I think it's a really great knife. The blade is, and I doubt it's hair cutting. Well, okay, so it is. It will shave hair. Okay, Kevin. So is this a tool, or is it a EDC dagger? I don't know. The blade, 5 3/4. Now I do know, or it's not all the way. It's just a 1/8 of an inch shy of 5 3/4. The box said it was 5 1/2. The cutting edge 4.5. So the cutting edge is 4.5 inches. I think it's a really good knife. I really like it. I like the looks of it. I like the black and the gray. Brushed, but it's shiny. Hey, look, options and shiny options are even better. So let's talk about the sheath. Like 100 years ago, maybe 500 years ago, close to 1,000,000 maybe, I bought some Kydex in 12 by 12, might even be more, I don't know. I'm not going to measure it. I think I'm going to make me a sheath. And so I don't know if I want to try to do something kind of like this and fold it and then rivet one side, or if I want to do something different and leave this open and this be part of the clip part. I don't, you know, because I'm kind of thinking about maybe even making it a EDC carry knife. I'm not sure how we're going to end up making it, but I am going to take some of this and I'm going to make a Kydex sheath. So that's my ideas, is to make a nice little EDC sheath out of this Kydex. But and you can see I carried this one for a while. But this right here came from Temu, but it's got ridges in there to see. That's what snaps into place and it holds pretty good. So probably making incorporating some of these sheath designs is maybe what I will, maybe what I'll wind up doing in making the sheath for this. I definitely appreciate you sticking around. If you stuck around this long, it'd be great if you'd like and subscribe. It's very important to me, and I thank you for spending it here with me. Thanks, and God bless.